All right. Private range. Yes, there is a private range of IPv4 addresses. Now, we just came from a lecture that told you the range of addresses, meaning in the first octet, and it included all private and public ranges. So this is just going to show you the private range, because those guys, those old dudes with the cigars and all that, they say, oh man, we didn't know there's going to be this many people on the internet. Oof, we're running out of IP addresses quickly. So let's make a private range, and we'll make it just internal. So the first thing you need to know about a private range is that they're not routable on the internet. That could be a test question. What would happen if you put an interface, you plug an interface that has an private IP address into a public port, or you're not going anywhere? Okay, it's not going to happen, because private IP addresses are not routable on the internet. Okay, say it again. Private IP addresses are not routable on the internet. But let me answer that one individual. Yeah, but I got a private IP address at home and I go out to the internet. That's because you're running NAT on your Linksys router. Okay, that's why. All right, we'll talk about NAT later on. Anyway, so here's our private range of IPv4 addresses. All right, we have the class A, B, and C. We have 10.0.0.1 for A through 10.255.255.254. Why did I put 0? Why did I put 255? Because 0 in this case, with this mask, SATR 8, 0 will be a network ID. You cannot use your network ID to assign to any node. And 255 at the end, the last octet, that would be the broadcast address, which you cannot assign it. You cannot assign it. Your router will scream at you. Will tell you bad mask for IP given or something like that. Okay. Now we go to the B. Now it gets interesting. 172.16.0.1 and 172.31, 255, 254. You know the reason why I put 1, and you know the reason why I put 254. But why is this? And in a galaxy far, far away, long time ago, I was asked that question. Hey, Laz, how come is it 16 to 31? Why those numbers? I said, listen, deal with it. That's what the guys in charge said it is. You got to just accept it. That's not an answer. So I actually read a book and I said, oh, okay, now I know why. All right, it's really a 12 or a 16. That's where they have the actual line. Pick up any Cisco press book, and if you're going through the Cisco Net Academy, you would know, because they would, if they haven't explained it, then bad on them, because they should. Because the line is right there. You have 8 bits on here, 4 bits on there, which your network increment is 16. All right. And then if you add the bit values of these 2 octets on the top, it will be 15 to 55. So 15 and 16 is 31, 255 and 255 is 255. Okay, so that's the reason why it's 12. But just so you don't say, I got the answer wrong because I said 12 or 16. I'm so confused. If they ever ask you on an exam, what is the default mask for a class B address, you're going to say CIDR 16 or 255.255.0.0. Because even when you put it inside your computer, if you were to put it where the IP address is, you put 172.16.1.1 and you hit tab, it's going to put 255.255.0.0. Okay? But just so you know, that in actuality, the line is right there. That's how they chose that range right there. Okay? And then this even gets even more interesting. 192.168.0.1 and 192.168.255.254. 16 or 24. I told you it was 24, and you're going to answer 24 in any test. But in reality, these two never change, do they? 192 and 168 don't change. What changes is these two right here. All right? You got 1.1, 2.1, 3.1, 4.1, 5, all and so forth. All the way to 255, 254. Like it says right there. All right? So your range could be from 0 to 255. Okay? So, so really, right here, the dividing line is because these numbers don't change. But again, that's how they get their range. So what you're going to answer on the test is actually 24. All right? Just to give you a little extra information. So when you go to your IT party, you can say what you got to say. Okay? And here we go. Reserved IP addresses. By no means are these the only IP addresses that are reserved. If you want to look it up in Wikipedia, Google, TechNet, wherever you want to go, you can look it up to see which are the reserved IP addresses that exist out there. Okay, and there's a bunch. But the whole 169.254, we know that one, right? That's the APIPA. Why do we get an APIPA? Because we either didn't put an IP address in ourselves and we're doing static IP addressing, and we don't have a DHCP server, and that would be the only reason. Okay, I can tell you this much, and this was again a long time ago, where it was a specific router. I don't even remember the name anymore, but its gateway was, in order to get into it, was an APIPA address. So that's pretty interesting. 127, the whole 127, you can't use it. Why? Because it's loopback. What is the actual loopback address? 127.0.0.1. But anything that starts with a 127, you're not going to use it. And what is the loopback address used for? That is correct. It is used for checking your TCP/IP services, not your NIC card, your TCP/IP services, the suite of protocols. Okay, and then of course this is used because it's a default route, a gateway of last resort, a universal IP. Okay, so 0000 is also not used. All right, and again, this is just to mention the most common ones that we use. But that's it. This is what I wanted to show you here as far as classes of IP address and things of that nature. All right, not a big deal, very easy to understand. I'll see you in the next one.